What's up, you guys? This is Will.
And this is Dan here.
And this is the Full Thrust Podcast, where we talk about all the things that we want to talk about.
Right.
Today on the Full Thrust Podcast, we're going to talk about a problem, a good problem.
Is it a problem?
It might be a bad problem for people, but when you start investing in cryptocurrencies, you're going to have to face the reality that you might get rich.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very possible due to the frequency of cryptos going up and down and the fluctuation in price. It's very volatile, so it's very possible.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, you've seen Bitcoin, Ethereum. You just look at the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap or CoinMarketplace, whatever you want to look at, CoinGecko. Just look at the top projects on there, and then look from all-time low, all-time high, and then you'll see that most of these projects have, if you were holding long enough, you would gain extraordinary wealth.
Right, and we're basing this on the assumption that Richard Hart's projects will do a 10,000x eventually.
Yeah. So, if you're investing in Richard Hart, you already know that this guy's business. And the reason why is because we look at Hex. So from all-time low to all-time high, Hex did a 10,000x. That's just the reality. Those are just facts. We're not trying to sensationalize anything or make anything seem more grandiose than it is. From all-time low to all-time high, it did a 10,000x, and it's probably poised to do more.
Right.
The way that it's been moving, and it did it in 2 years.
Right.
So what that means is that Hex made a lot of people money. Like, it made people extraordinarily wealthy. I've seen it on Twitter. People have bought golf courses and Lambos and Lamborghinis, Maybachs. Right. Mm-hmm. Like Richard Hart always says, I see Rolexes, Maybachs. It's true, though. It's true. Numbers don't lie.
Right.
So why are we talking about this? Right? Because we're all invested in PulseChain. Well, some of you may be not invested. We sacrifice for PulseChain. We sacrifice for PulseX. These are two Richard Hart projects, and we know that he's a winner. So there's a very real possibility that this, depending on how much you put in and depending on how long you hold, you could become wealthy too. It could happen.
Right.
So what I want to talk about a little bit today is, what do you do with that wealth? I don't think a lot of people know. I hear in a lot of the forums and when people are asked, hey, what if it does a 10,000x? What if it does 1,000x? What if it does 100x? Nobody really has a plan. And that's okay. They don't have to share that plan. But I think it's important to not just the accumulation of wealth, but how you spend it. What are you going to do with it?
Right. Let me just backtrack a little bit. And just for reference, I believe that maybe more people believe in Richard Hart's current projects, PulseChain and PulseX, more so because it has been done before with Hex. Maybe the difference here is when people initially invested in Hex, they didn't know that they would achieve 10,000x this quickly in a year and a half or 2 years. So maybe that mentality of sudden wealth syndrome may have hit them differently than it will hit people that are invested in Pulse, because maybe they're more prepared for it, or maybe they're not. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think the people that believed in Richard Hart at the time when Hex came out, they really believed in him, and they got rewarded for believing in him. So now it's not about belief anymore. It's already been done. So people like you and I, who didn't get into Hex as early as other people did, are looking at PulseChain and PulseX, maybe expecting that it's going to do the same thing as Hex. We're looking at it like, whoa. I'm not, again, I hear it all the time, I'm not missing out on this one.
Right.
So yeah, there might be more people that are prepared. It won't hit you like a ton of bricks because it's kind of expected. I know we're not supposed to have any expectation of profits from the work of others. I get that. But there is an expectation when you have somebody as dedicated and as smart as Richard Hart, and that's really involved in this project, and you read all about it and you do your research about everything, there is an expectation that this may do something as much. It may go harder. Right. And the thing about these two projects of PulseChain and PulseX, if you're familiar with them, they're a lot easier to understand.
Right.
PulseChain, a fork of Ethereum. PulseX is a fork of Uniswap v2. So they're extraordinarily easy to understand. Hex takes a little bit of time to understand what's going on with that. So that's why it probably met with a little bit of resistance in the beginning, even from people that respect Richard. And you can see these guys on YouTube. You see all of them. There are people that respect Richard quite a bit, but that didn't invest in Hex.
Right.
And they're kicking themselves. Or the people that free claimed Bitcoin, that some people claim they're free Hex from owning Bitcoin. Some people didn't. So there was a lot of people out there that I think, to your point, that was the case, that a lot of people didn't. It didn't reach as many people as it could have. And that's what people really believed in it were rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, most people now, you can see that there's so many wallets that have sacrificed for PulseX and PulseChain. So you can tell a lot of people believe in this project, and a lot of people think it's going to do well. So let me ask you, what can someone do if they do become rich from investing in
that's
these?
a tough question, because you want to, once you're aggressive right now. We're aggressive.
Right.
You're sacrificing your coins. They're gone. So maybe you're, to get PulseChain, to get PulseX. So you're taking a big risk right there, that these projects even come out. I mean, there is a possibility they may never come out, and then there's a possibility that they may not be successful either. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So your sacrifice of doing these coins, it's a big risk.
Right.
With big risk, we know comes big reward. So in the beginning, when you're trying to accumulate wealth, you're going to be super risky. Whether it's in the stock market, whether it's buying real estate, whether it's investing, you're going to invest in one that's going to give you the most yield.
Right.
But as you accumulate wealth, your job, I think, primarily, what people mostly want to do is protect it. Just as people get older, they start protecting their wealth. They start moving out of more risky investments and start preserving it, moving into bonds and things like that. Right now, with crypto and everything like that, it's the highest appreciating asset. But it's the most volatile. If you don't have the stomach for it, don't invest in crypto if you can't handle the ups and downs. So what I would suggest is, if you do, let's say we do get wealthy, right? We make let's say we make a 10,000x. That means if you put $100 into this protocol, if you put $100 into Pulse, that's $1 million.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money really quick from nothing. If that happens, you're a millionaire. I mean, you got to have to pay your taxes on it and everything like that.
Right.
But what's the exit strategy? You're going to hold the coin forever?
Right.
Right. I don't know. I'm not.
I do want to mention, I don't know if you guys have been in the Telegram chats and the Hex chat, the PulseChain chats. A lot of people are sticking with the notion of never selling, or they're sticking with the notion of, why would you sell? They might criticize you for selling.
They do.
But is it true that, for anyone to recognize any gains or to enjoy some of the money that you may get, you would have to sell something, possibly?
You have to sell something. And I know there's the liquid loans protocol. If
Liquid
you're
loans,
watching this video, you know what liquid loans is.
Right.
Where you can borrow against your crypto, specifically your Pulse. But we're not all holders of Pulse. I know some of you that listen to it, you probably have Pulse, you probably have other coins too, right? And maybe you're not able to borrow from all those coins. Maybe you don't want to borrow, right? Maybe you don't want to borrow with it, because at the end of the day, when you swap out a coin for another coin, that's a taxable event, at least in the United States, right? No financial advice, no tax advice. Whatever you do when you're withdrawing any kind of money, especially large amounts of money, you're going to have eyeballs on you. I don't care if it's a loan. I don't care if it's anything. You're gonna have eyeballs on
Right. Yes.
And you have to consult with your tax accountant. You gotta consult with your professionals to make sure that everything that you're doing and you're taking out is on the up and up, because you don't want to wind up in trouble.
Right.
But to your point, yes. At the end of the day, it's called personal finance because it's personally something to you. It doesn't mean, like, you get chastised a lot. I hear in the Telegram group and different places in the crypto community for, that you're a loser if you sold. But quite frankly, I mean, what is Bitcoin had a 66.5 million. How many X's did Bitcoin do? It did
6.5 million X. Yeah.
6.5 million X. Yeah, that's what the Richard Hart always says. Yeah, 6.5 million X. It's ridiculous. That means whatever your money is, times it by 6.5 million, whatever you initially invested in, which is insane. But who is going to hold for that long? Who has the stomach to hold for that long? You can't.
Yeah.
You put $1,000 in, and let's say it 10,000x'd, right?
Right.
10,000x. What is that? That's $10 million.
$10 million.
$10 million. Who's gonna hold and say, hey, you know what? I think this can go to 20. I think this can go to $1 billion. Very few, because it's personal. We all have things that we have to take care of.
Right.
We have houses. We have families. We have kids. A lot of us have kids. A lot of us aren't. We are we're not all the same age.
You might have debt.
Yeah, you might have debt. We loan sharks. You may want to set yourself up to quit your job. Maybe you want to quit your 9 to 5.
Right.
But we all have responsibilities outside of crypto. There's things that we have to take care of, and there's things that we want to do.
Right.
So, this never selling mantra is cool. It's cool. It pumps everyone's bags because the only thing that the price cares about is people buying and never selling.
Right.
That's the primary reason why cryptocurrencies go up, and that's why hexes went up, because you were forced to lock in your coins.
Right. You're forced.
You're forced because if you didn't, you're going to be destroyed with the penalties.
Right.
If you staked. Highly rewarded for staking, but severely penalized if you take it out.
Yeah, I mean, I know within this community, within hexagons and their mentality, it's always to hold no matter what. Even with PulseChain, a lot of people are never going to sell their PulseChain. But I do like that you mentioned personal finance, because a lot of people get criticized for selling, but maybe the strategy would be to sell a little bit at a time, or maybe to get out completely. I don't know. Everyone has a different situation.
Everybody has a different strategy. I just think, once you're faced with that time where you think you have enough, is to have a plan. Right. Do you have a family? Right. Do you want to buy a piece of land? Right. Do you want to leave something to your kids I'm not saying crypto is intangible, but when you have a hardware wallet and seed phrases, it gets a little funky.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave real assets, like real hard assets? Do you want to leave dirt to your family?
Like real estate?
Real estate. Yeah. Do you want to leave, a lasting impression? Do you want to treat yourself to something? Is there something you always wanted to do? Right. You want to go on a vacation, a nice vacation. Have you been on vacation? You want to fly first class? All those things are important. Right. So what you have to do, I think, if you do get wealthy, is just keep your mindset in place.
Right.
To know what your plan is going to be.
Right.
If you want to hold and keep all of your assets, all of your money into crypto, just understand the risk.
Right.
But also understand the reward. The reward is that this can go up quite a bit, and you could become even more wealthy.
Yes.
Right. But the risk is you could lose it all. This cryptocurrency, baby.
Yeah.
You could lose everything. Everything. You could lose every cent you put in. So just keep that in mind when you're making your decisions.
So let me steer it into another direction. I know a lot of us have seen Richard Hart's streams. Whenever he's on YouTube, he's very bombastic. He likes to show off. So when you see Richard Hart showing off his Rolexes, showing off his cars, and mentioning that a lot of hexagons have purchased McLarens, do you foresee that being a problem for hexagons and for people invested in PulseChain and PulseX, where they may not act responsibly with their money? Maybe people are just doing this just to buy luxury goods.
That's the risk. Yeah, that's the risk. When he does this for social proof. So when you have a lot of people that are already aligned with Louis Vuitton and luxury items, luxury brands, he wants to get that audience. He doesn't care about the people that are already fiscally responsible and know his stuff.
Right.
He wants the people that are already shopping for luxurious items, and by him marketing to them in that way, by just dressing up and being this bombastic guy,
right,
he's getting that audience to look at his stuff and look at his product and having all the good things that he teaches you. But the risk with that is, the problem is that it may seem that he wants you to buy those things,
right?
Which I don't think he does. I don't think he wants you to buy it. He just wants to get more eyeballs on his channel.
Yeah,
I don't think he's encouraging you to buy Rolexes and Louis Vuitton. But the more he shows it off, it's like you do want it. Like I don't have anything like really name brand showy.
Right.
But even I was looking at, like, after watching his videos, I was looking at the Rolex website, like, that looks pretty nice. I'm going to get one of those, but I wouldn't get a Rolex. It's too much attention. I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. We heard about that guy that got stabbed over a Rolex in, where was it? London, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people, when you come from the places that we've come from, that, it's not safe to be a flashy person,
right.
And I never really cared about brand name stuff. But even I was looking at it. I was like, let me look at this Louis Vuitton bag real quick. It's like, ooh, $5,000. I'll get one of those if I make it.
I like the colorful one that glows up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that looks nice. I want that. So the risk, there's a risk in getting people to be like, well, oh, I want some of that luxury items too,
Right.
you know. And to get those luxury items, guess what? You're gonna have to sell your coins,
Right.
or extract value in some way, shape, or form. You know, the crypto space is new, so with liquid loans, like the liquid loans protocol, I know a lot of people will say you could just borrow against it with liquid loans.
Right.
Sure, but it's not quite the same. I mean, you really got to talk to your tax accountant about that, because when we borrow, like if you do a home equity line of credit or a home equity loan or a cash out refinance on your home,
Right.
you are extracting value from an asset, but it's more in a traditional sense where everybody knows what that is already,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everybody knows, the IRS knows what that is. They get the forms already. They know what you did.
Right. Right.
So they're not knocking on your door like, hey, you took out $50,000 out of your house. It's like, no. With crypto, it's new. You know, they just started asking you on the tax form, do you own cryptocurrency?
Right.
And I'm like, no. But then I was like, yeah, I do now.
You go to different tax attorneys and tax lawyers, they might give you a bunch of different answers. So that's the other thing. It's very still up in the air. It's
up in
not
the
all
air.
figured out yet.
Yeah, a lot of people have a different philosophy on how it should be taxed.
Right.
It's not even it's not even exactly how it's not even exactly laid out specifically on how it's supposed to be taxed.
Right.
But the whole point of this is just like, have a plan. If you want to hold forever, understand the risk.
Right.
If you want to take out a little bit at each time or liquidate some of your position a little by little, have a number. Keep your goals in mind.
Right.
Keep your goals. What do you want to do with your life? Life is not all about holding crypto.
Right.
When you do get that wealth, what is your purpose? If you do quit your job, right, and you say, hey, I'm wealthy now, I'm going to quit my job. Okay, cool. What are you going to do though? Because sitting around and playing video games all day or watching TV and watching Netflix, it's going to get old quick.
But I like doing those things.
It's fun for a while, but you know, you got to have a purpose in life. What gives you purpose? What gives you the reason to wake up in the morning? Because money is just the fuel of your life.
Right.
It's not going to change anything. You know, the more money that you get, it's going to be the fuel. So understand that. I think you should. An important thing to do is to plan out, to see where you envision your life when it hits 10,000x, when Hex and PulseX, they all hit 10,000x. We hit the jackpot.
Right.
We hit the lottery in slow motion, as I heard from Crypto Heartbeat.
Right. Shout out to Crypto Heartbeat.
Shout out to Crypto Heartbeat. He said we're doing it in slow motion, hitting the lottery in slow motion, which is amazing. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
We hold, we stay, we keep the course, but have a plan, please.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with having a plan, but you know, sometimes plans don't always work out like you planned it to be. I think as long as you act responsibly, I know, you know, maybe you want to enjoy life, you want to buy luxury goods. Maybe you do. Maybe you have the money to do so, but you also want to be responsible. You want to act with kindness. You want to try to do the best you can and just make sure you're set for, you know, your future. You don't want to just all, you know, spend your money all in one place. And this is not financial advice. I mean, everyone has different financial goals and goals within life. So this is really like a life question.
Yeah, it's just a life question. This is not financial advice. It's just saying that just be careful. Like when you do, if it does hit, you know, if it does go to 10,000x, you're going to be sitting on a large amount of money, even if you put in $10.
Right.
Even if you put in $10 into the sacrifice, even if you bought $1, you're going to be sitting on quite a bit of money. So, prepare and know what you want to do. Know where you want to go with it. I have my own plan. You know, I don't plan to just hold forever. You know, I got a family. I got bills. I got a lot of things going on. And it's not, you know, I'm not just going to hold forever and just keep it. It's just not feasible. It's not realistic for my situation. I got things I want to do still in life that require, me to sell some of my crypto at one point in time.
Well, yeah, most people like to wear that never selling attitude as like a badge of honor, like I'm never selling no matter what. But I mean, it's not realistic for the majority of people.
Yeah. We need them, though. We need them.
We need those guys.
We need those guys. Those guys pump our bags because they if they never sell,
right.
I mean, hey, somebody's gonna sell. You know,
especially the guys or the people with bigger bags, like the millionaires, billionaires.
They don't have to sell. No, because
they can't sell.
Yeah, they can't either. Yeah, they can't sell. Yeah, if you have a huge bag, if you own like 60% of a cryptocurrency, you think you can sell that bag? No, you can't. If you owned, you know, 10 million Bitcoins right now, could you sell all 10 million on the market? No, it's impossible. So Yeah, the people with the bigger bags don't sell. They keep the price up for the little guys like us.
Right.
So just have a plan. Look, I got my plan. You gotta see what's best for you. Just keep it in mind. That don't let it get out of hand. When you see 7 digits
Right.
in your bank account or in your crypto account, it's okay to take profits. It's okay. You don't let anybody shame you for taking profits. Take profits. Enjoy your life. We don't know how long we have on here.
Right.
We don't know how long we're going to be here. Your kids are only, if you have kids, they're only going to be that age one time. Take them to Disney World. I don't know.
Well, when you
do what you want to do. Have fun with your life, because it's not always about just making money, accumulating wealth. It's about enjoying it too.
Yeah. Once you've reached a level of wealth where you don't have to worry about bills or groceries or little or working at all, your life really comes into perspective, and you get to really realize what's important to you.
Yeah.
And your family.
Yeah. What was it? What did that guy say? That one guy, he was on Joe Rogan. A poor person wants a million things.
Yes.
But a sick person only wants one thing.
Right.
Yeah. Like that's
true.
It's important, man, to keep that in perspective. True. It's not always about just holding. You got goals. You got things you want to do. You want to build a building. Right. You want to build a school. You got lofty goals. You want to start your own business. You want to buy some real estate. You want to buy some some bonds. You want to build something. You want to help out your family. Do it if you want to. Yeah,
I think you should also share your ideas with friends. I mean, maybe fellow people who have invested in Pulse and PulseChain. As much as I love the Telegram chat, sometimes when you say something in there, you might get flambéed a little bit.
Oh, you get flambéed for everything in there.
Oh, I'm gonna sell.
But listen, those guys are super smart in there in the Telegram chat. They're smart, but they will flambé you real quick. The only things I hear they'll flambé you if you talk about selling. If you talk about not securing your crypto on a hardware wallet, they'll flambé your ass, which is good. That's tough love.
It is good advice.
Because you gotta secure your crypto. And then when Lambo, all that stuff, they'll flambé you too. Yeah. But they're really smart people in there. There's millionaires in there.
There's a lot of people.
There's billionaires, I think. The way they talk, there has to be.
Richard Hart's in there sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes he's sneaking around in there. There's some really good advice if you're willing to listen about what to do. One guy I like is Funding Jim.
He's good.
Yeah, because he talks about like not just the crypto part, but how to move it into the real world. Like what to do to move it into the real world we can't stay in the metaverse forever. Yeah. You're gonna have to move that money one way or another. Look, just have a plan. I'm not giving you any financial advice. I'm just saying be careful. Once that thing hits, if it hits 10,000x, you want to be like, what do I do?
Yeah, right.
You don't want to panic.
Right.
You want to be like, when it hits 10,000x, this is my plan. If it doesn't hit 10,000x, cool. I got another plan. I'll leave it in there. If it hits 1,000x, this is my plan. If it does 100x, this is a plan that I'll have also. Just strategize what you're going to do. Just as much as research as you put into investing in PulseChain and PulseX and Hex, do that investment into yourself and understand, what you want to do.
I think that's great advice, and I think it gives us a lot to think about.
Yeah. So look, comment below. See, like if PulseChain, if you're investing, let us know if you sacrifice for PulseChain and PulseX. And then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Don't dox yourself or anything. Just like what do you plan on doing if you have the newfound wealth? And we don't want to hear just quit my job and sit down and watch Netflix, because I'm telling you, it's not gonna be what you think. But what do you think about it for a little bit? Yeah. Give it some thought. Comment below. Yeah. So if you like this video, share this video. Subscribe to our channel. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. It's not just crypto. We're just talking about crypto now because it's fun.
Yeah.
we talk about all kinds of stuff here at the Full Thrust Podcast. We give you the full thrust all the time. Make sure it's full. So like this video, share this video, comment below. Again, comment below if it's 10,000 X's. What's up?
Yeah, what would you do?
Do a little dreaming.
What would you buy? What would you do with your money?
Buy a Dunkin' Donuts, maybe.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I get Dunkin' Donuts. I have free Dunkin' Donuts all the time. But I go bankrupt because I just keep getting Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
I wouldn't pay for any of it. I'd be like, I'm the owner. Give me more Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, just get Dunkin' Donuts and then maybe it says Starbucks right now. Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts is
better.
It's better. It's good. They have better food, I think.
Yeah, they got better. Maybe they got the eggs. I mean, they're cheaper.
It's a little bit cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's. Grab one of those. But I don't want to run it though.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, I don't want to
Right.
do it. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
like a
You just
franchise. I
wanna
don't want to run it.
just reap
It's
the benefits.
Yeah, I just want to just like have somebody else do it and just come in for free fries once in a while. All right, guys.
All right.
And that's it.
See ya.
Yes. Yeah.